What it do? Yo man, listen. Today, I'm gonna talk about Thutmose and why it's time to evolve. Let's get right into the video. Before we start, I want to say the single kindest thing I can say about the character, which is he is technically a character that exists in Tacticus. That is the kindest thing I will say about him. I think Snowprint really dropped the ball when making this character. He doesn't serve any purpose, and because he's one of the earliest characters that was released, his kit is showing its age. I think he needs to be changed more than the orc characters, because orc characters are at least required to do campaigns, whereas this character has absolutely no use in anywhere in the game. So, a blast from the past. This is one of my earlier videos. This video I made was titled Tacticus Characters That Need to Get Buffed by Draupnir. In this video I talked about Thutmose, and I said he's not a very useful character. I posted my roster on screen, and I posted my Indomitus Mirror campaign and Indomitus Mirror Elite campaign. As you can see, I have the first two Necrons at gold, this Mill at Diamond 1, and Thutmose, I haven't leveled them up at all. When you look at Indomitus Mirror, I am at 225 out of 225, and you look at the Elite campaign, I am 120 out of 120. So, in that video I said Thutmose is useless because you don't even bring him in the campaign. This video I will elaborate why he's useless in other parts of the video, parts of the game, sorry. So, where is he usable? Is he usable in guild raids? He's not. He doesn't do enough hits, he doesn't do enough damage, he does not contribute in a reasonable way to any team in the game. Is he usable in tournament arena? No. He doesn't have enough range, he doesn't have enough damage, he doesn't have enough durability to merit existing. Is he usable in arena? No. Arena, you just want to bring Revas and whatnot. He doesn't really do anything, this character doesn't do anything. Is he usable in onslaught? I don't want to be too mean, but if you're leveling up characters just for them to be used in onslaught, you're probably wasting your energy. And he's also not good for onslaught. Is he good for salvage? Once again, Athena and Calandus are all you need for salvage. Xenos is a track that doesn't have a lot of space to put your characters in, right? Athena and Calandus, they match a lot of what you need. Is he usable in Guild Wars? He is usable in Guild Wars. However, why is he usable in Guild Wars? He's usable because he has the living metal trait, which lets him heal every turn, which is very good when the medbay is active. People don't bring him because, oh, Thutmose does this and that, he's a very useful character. No, people bring him because, oh, Thutmose has the living metal ability, so he will heal every turn. If the medbay is active, he will heal even more, which is very annoying for the enemy. That is not a good place to be in, where the only reason you're brought in one part of the game is because you have a certain trait and no other reason at all. Recently, Nandi made a video called The Feeble 5, the characters who need help the most in the game. I'll put the link in the description for his channel and the video. In this video, number 4 was Thutmose, the Plasmaster. Nandi said operates at a short to medium range for attacks, but is very fragile. He's a glass cannon, essentially. His recommendations were make him a glass cannon and increase his damage or increase his defensive stat. Increased damage will be cool. Increased defensive stat, it's fine. You know, he's so weak to the point where even with increased stats, he's not going to be as durable. Nandi also suggested to remove the modifiers text from his abilities, so they can get modified, he can do more damage. However, with all due respect to Nandi, I don't agree with any of this. I think we need to stop trying to fix the door. I think we need to unhinge the door. I can happen to anyone. He can happen to anyone. Starring Draupnir, the unhinged movie. I'm gonna get unhinged. In honor of my earlier video where I talked about buffing characters, I will go once again, I will go unhinged. I think Thutmose is beyond salvage, beyond recovery, and it's time to throw him in the trash where he belongs. I want you to look at the Necron roster. What do you see? What is missing? You're gonna say HD image, I understand. No, but Look at this. What do you see? The fifth character, I don't have him, but look at the border of the fifth character. It's an epic border. This is because Necrons don't have a legendary rarity character. Null is legendary, but he's not a legendary character. He's currently in legendary rarity because I upgraded him. He doesn't start as legendary. Necrons don't have a Calgar equivalent. They don't have a Celestine equivalent. They don't have a... what's the character called? Goodness. I'm trying to find good legendary characters. They're rare. Helbrecht equivalent. And I think Necrons really need it, so it's time to hit two birds with one stone. Who are we going to add as a legendary character to Necrons? Necron, Cryptek, Illuminor, Szeras, yeah? We add this character. He's a very cool character on Tabletop. He's a very cool character in lore. He even starred in the Pariah Nexus animated show. Now, why am I suggesting him? Why am I saying let's do this character and not something else? Firstly, I understand that game design is very hard. It takes a lot of effort and resources for the art department to create models for these characters. It takes even more effort for these characters to have their animations put in, for effects and whatnot, for them to function. So, I'll concede just a little bit. I'm not conceding too much. The reason I'm suggesting is Thutmose is a head, 2 arms, and a chest. His head is the same as the Illuminor. His hands are the same. And his chest, it's similar enough. So, if you add parts to Thutmose, he essentially becomes Illuminor. I won't say the second part, I can't pronounce it, it's difficult. Also, he has the name recognition. As I said, he was the main antagonist of the Pariah Nexus. It's important to understand that a lot of people who play 40k started because of the animated shows, such as Astartes. There was a massive jump in popularity when the Astartes animated series came out, and Corridor Digital reacted to it and whatnot. And Illuminor is very popular in the sense that people know of him thanks to the Pariah Nexus animated show. I think it is very frustrating that Necrons, the faction with the coolest, or some of the coolest characters, doesn't have a legendary character that truly excites people. They have the Infinite and the Divine book, which most people I've spoken to, and the online consensus is one of the better 40k books. It's very exciting. It's a good point to start reading 40k. And the faction does not represent how cool it is on Tabletop when it comes to Tacticus. Now, what will he do, right? What does he do on Tabletop? I remember I do those prediction videos and whatnot. Now, luckily enough, this guy's abilities are very easy to translate to Tacticus. The 9th edition rules are very bloated. However, they essentially do the same thing the 10th edition rules do. So I'll read the 10th edition rules. While a friendly Necron's battle line unit is within 3 inches of this model, so essentially your rank and fire Necron warriors, they're close to this guy. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack, improve the armor penetration of the attack by 1. Each time an attack targets that unit, worsen the armor penetration of that character. Goodness. Best editor on YouTube. I'm not editing it out. I'm not one shot. That's what we do. Worsen the armor penetration of that attack by 1. So essentially, if you're near me, you do more damage to the enemy. If you're near me, you take less damage from the enemy. This is pretty good. This guy will be very similar to Tangida, where he is a buffer and a debuffer, which is active ability and whatnot. I think he will be exciting. I think he will finally give Necrons the legendary character they so desperately need. And I think he will be fun. Just look at this model. He's essentially a Necron guy who is a mad scientist who keeps attaching parts to his body, similar to grafting from Elden Ring, the Godric, the Godfrey the grafted, whatever his name is. Like, look at this. Like, there's this arm coming out. There's this thing. He is a hulking behemoth of a guy. You might be saying, Draupnir, his base is too big. I understand. He's in a similar situation to Abaddon the Despoiler, where his base is big, but the model isn't big. The reason the base is big is because he is doing a little scene and whatnot, right? Because in Tacticus, we wouldn't have this guy dying here and the tactical rock that everybody has. Anyways, that's it for the video. Bloody Rose Discord server. Draupnir gang channel. It's my own channel. We talk and whatnot. It's a very exciting place to talk about tacticas. We can like talk about unhinged video topics such as this one. And like I said, link in the description. You should join. Thank you very much for watching my video. Special thanks to Diesel Fox, Papa John, Lita Llama, Sarp, Heartswept, Ascalon, Yeris, Bruce McSloop, Prosan, and Infinite Power for entering my referral code. It's in the middle of the screen. If you want to enter it, it supports the channel greatly, and I really appreciate it. If not, no worries at all. I appreciate you giving me the time of day. It genuinely means a lot to me. So, once again, thank you very much for watching my video. Have a good day, and stay safe.